It was just last week that I was making the case that Betsy DeVos, as Secretary of Education for Donald Trump, is the least qualified member of his cabinet. And I asked the audience, write to me if you can think of someone less qualified than Betsy DeVos. And basically no one disagreed with me. People either said, hey, there are people as unqualified as Betsy DeVos, but there's no one more unqualified than Betsy DeVos. And this happens to now be on the heels of us having the special pleasure of Betsy DeVos completely face-planting in a totally cringeworthy manner during a number of interviews, including one on 60 Minutes with Leslie Stahl. I happen to know one of Leslie Stahl's producers, and let's just say all aspects of this interview were a total mess. She couldn't answer even the simplest questions about anything, and I worry, as I mentioned earlier in the show, that we're sort of so desensitized to the insanity of the current administration that we won't even realize how tragic this is. But it's very tragic. Take a look at this first clip.
Have the public schools in Michigan gotten better?
I don't know. Overall, I can't say overall that they have all gotten better.
The whole state is not doing well.
Well, there are certainly lots of pockets where the students are doing well.
Have you seen the really bad schools? Maybe try to figure out what they're doing?
I have not intentionally visited schools that are underperforming.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should, yes.
Maybe I should. So she has no idea how Michigan schools are doing. She hasn't gone to the struggling schools. And it continues. She also did an interview on NBC's Today Show where she had no idea how to answer questions about the entire school safety thing. And remember, she's wanted to arm teachers for a while. Trump, who she works for, wants to arm teachers. She bailed on a press conference last week in Florida when she was asked specific questions about school safety and arming teachers. You've got to assume when you do another interview, you're going to be asked about that again. And then again, she has just no clue about it.
Do you think teachers should be able to carry assault weapons since presumably they may face assault weapons? Do you have an opinion on that?
I don't think assault weapons in schools carried by any school personnel is the appropriate thing. But again, this is an issue that I think is best decided at the local level by communities and by states. But
wait, now it should be decided at the local level? You wanted to arm teachers. The president is talking about arming teachers who you work for. And now all of a sudden you have no opinion and it should be up to the local schools. And fortunately, there was follow-up to that one.
But a student could legally carry an assault weapon, a student over 18.
Not in schools they can't.
Okay, so you still want the schools to be gun-free zones except for the teachers?
I think schools have to be protected like every other large gathering place.
Well, one of the ways that we protect large gathering places is that guns aren't allowed, and they are the gun-free zones that I thought you and Trump were actually against. Just one bizarre answer after another. And Congressman Ted Lieu had a hilarious tweet pointing out that these weren't really tough questions. He tweeted, Betsy DeVos wasn't asked what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow. She was asked basic questions about education and had trouble answering them. Why are we shocked about this, right? The reason she can't put together a coherent argument is that she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She is someone who became incredibly rich through an Amway pyramid scheme, who doesn't even like public education, sends her kids to private school, and somehow someone has decided she should be in charge of the Secretary of the Department of Education. Oh, right, that someone is Donald Trump. Just disgusting.